you go out in the woods today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go out in the woods today, you'd better go in disguise. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. If you go out in the woods today, you'd better not go alone. It's lovely out in the woods today, but safer to stay at home. For every bear that ever there was will gather there for certain, because today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
The 14 Bears, Summer and Winter by Evelyn Scott. The 14 Bears in Summer. Once upon a time, in a summer forest, there were 14 bears. There were the daddy bear and little Theodore and Victoria, that was the mother bear, and Virginia, Veronica, Ramona, Henrietta, Flora and Dora, Gloria, Emma, Anna, Johanna, and Hannah. They all lived in hollow trees. All the trees looked different inside. One had plump chairs with fringe. One had a velvet couch. One had furniture with painted flowers. This one had a modern couch. This one had a braided rug. And this one had a Chinese screen. This bear's house had a kitchen fireplace. This bear's house had a marble mantel. And this bear's house had a red tile floor. This bear's house was like a castle. And this one was small and cozy. Each bear had a separate treehouse, except little Theodore, because he was so little. He stayed with his mommy and daddy. Every day the 14 bears walked paw in paw through the forest, and the birds sang and the breeze blew, and the sun beat down on their ears. When they got hot, they went swimming in a big, deep, clear pool. There were lots of fish in the pool, but the bears never tried to catch them, so they were all good friends and played together. Then the bears lay down on warm sand until their fur was dry and glistening. When the bears were hungry, there was always lots of honey. Flora had a honey farm with very special bees. They made different flavors of honey: chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, maple, and sometimes coconut. Then the 14 bears walked home, paw in paw, through the forest. And the birds sang, and the breeze blew, and the sun beat down on their ears. They climbed the branch steps and closed the bark doors. When night came, they went to bed, and they slept and slept and slept and slept till morning. All the bears from Anna to Gloria had pleasant dreams all the summer night long. And that's the first story of the 14 bears. The 14 bears in winter. One day, Mother Bear looked out from her hollow tree in the forest clearing to see what her children, Anna, Dora, Emma, Flora, Gloria, Hannah, Henrietta, Johanna, Ramona, Veronica, Virginia, and little Theodore were doing. Snow fell on her nose. It was winter. Father Bear hurried his family to bed in their hollow trees. After a fine 2-month-long nap, little Theodore began wriggling in the bed next to his parents in the biggest hollow tree. Mother Bear told him to go back to sleep. They were hibernating. Little Theodore didn't know what hibernating meant. He didn't really know what winter meant. So Father Bear said they could all put on warm clothes and go outside to find out. Outside, everything was very white and bright and cold. They all ran to their pond. It was frozen hard. The friendly fish were fast asleep deep down in the mud. Flora ran to her honey farm. The friendly bees were snugly dreaming in their hives. The 14 bears began to walk paw in paw through the forest. The winter sun beat on their ears. Snow squeaked beneath their feet. All at once the forest stopped. The bears stood staring at a farmyard and a big house. Right in front, there was a snowman wearing a large sign. Henrietta, who had on her glasses, read the sign aloud. "Welcome, neighbors. Gone to Grandma's. Make yourselves at home." "I don't believe that means us," said Mother Bear. "Well, we're neighbors," cried little Theodore. All the bear children were excited. There were such fine playthings in the yard. "We won't do any harm," said Father Bear. So Flora pushed Dora in the swing. Johanna, who loved to dance, put on skates and skimmed across some ice. Ramona found some bright red winter berries. Father Bear and little Theodore went skiing. Mother Bear tried snowshoeing. Emma, Hannah, and Veronica rode a sled down a hill and knocked the snowman flat. Father Bear said the time had come to leave. They put all the playthings away. Then they built a bigger snowman. He looked just like Father Bear. Last of all, they peeped into the house. Inside, they saw a tree. It was hung with sparkling balls, golden stars, and silver rope. Paw in paw, the 14 bears walked back through the forest. Snow shook down on their ears. Sunset shimmered on their fur. In their clearing, they had just enough time before dark to hang ornaments on their trees. Anna used the ruffle of a petticoat. Virginia painted silver twigs as far as she could reach. Veronica tied hair bows to hers. Johanna made snowballs, so did Father Bear. Ramona set her holly on a branch. Emma and Gloria hung out knitting wool. Little Theodore gathered pine cones for Hannah while she played her guitar. Mother Bear scattered nuts and berries out for Flora and Dora because they were half asleep. Henrietta wrote down their adventure. When it was quite dark, the bears climbed their branch steps and opened their bark doors and went back to bed. All their trees had been trimmed except the biggest one. In the morning, it was the most beautiful of all, hung with icicles. Birds had eaten the nuts and berries from the snowy ground and had hopped out a message. "Sleep tight, good neighbors. See you in the spring." And that's the second story of the 14 bears.
Picnic time for teddy bears. The little teddy bears are having a lovely time today. Watch them, catch them unawares, and see them picnic on their holiday. See them gaily dance about. They love to play and shout and never have any cares. At 6 o'clock